Yo, what's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for watching my very first episode of the Kevin Frech Podcast. I'm really excited, very excited to start this journey because the whole purpose of this podcast is to give a lot of value, give a lot of inspiration, and introduce a lot of people who are making things happen. And not only are they just regular people, but they're my friends, and I'm really happy to share their story. So the first guest that I'm going to be introducing today is my special friend. He is a really awesome guy, a supporter from my business since day one. So I feel like I value that a lot. Such an amazing person is my brother, Julio.
Thank you, man.
How's it going, man?
Yeah, thank you, man.
First, I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to do this interview with you.
For sure.
It means a lot, seriously. So I really appreciate it.
For sure, man. Yeah, anytime.
So the first thing that I kind of want to ask you, I know I just kind of introduced you, but you tell me who you are and what is it that you do exactly.
Bro, I have a store called Raxx here, and then there's one in Montrose as well. And we sell vintage. I do events, have a crazy sales, a little bit of everything.
So, like, what kind of got you into the vintage business?
Well, I sold clothes at the flea market, bro, for 4 years before I ever opened up a store.
How long ago was that?
So, been here 5. So, I was 4 there for like 9 years ago.
About 9 years ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, just like at Trader's Village.
At Trader's Village?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. Courtside still has a shop out there, or he has a shop out there. They sell vintage out there now. Johnny was out there when I was out there selling workwear. It was like workwear clothing.
Yeah. So doing like the Trader Village and doing the flea markets, like was it like worth it that made you feel like you wanted to keep that going?
Bro, like honestly, it was like Carhartt jackets, bro. You know, like just having them out there. My dad had a bunch of Carhartt jackets, and a homie, Blad, came through and he's like, bro, you got Carhartt jackets for $25? Like, that's insane, you know, like. So I started putting them up on the eBay, and I started selling them on eBay. Had like a little eBay office and the flea market. And then I was like, man, I just need a store, you know. And when we opened, it was just like half workwear. It was all workwear. It was like people would be like, bro, is this Carhartt like a farmer's brand? You know,
Yeah.
5 years ago, you know, people talking about Carhartt like that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
as well.
So you said you've been like 9 years in the business.
Yeah, and reselling.
Recently?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say with all the knowledge that you know right now and all the experience you've had already, what's your best advice you would give your younger self?
Yeah, the flea market's tough, bro, because I was selling a necessity, right? Like people need workwear. Like it's gonna run out, and they're gonna need some more, you know. So it was just crazy to see the difference between selling a necessity and then selling something like people actually want to buy. You know?
Yeah.
So, damn, maybe just start Instagram sooner. Yeah, bro. Like,
When did you start the Instagram?
that was like 4 years into the flea market thing, you know. And then my brother was instrumental on bro, you need to be on Instagram, you know. And then my cousin as well, Johnny from Trader's Village, was like, bro, you need to get Instagram, like, you know.
So during that time, you were just like hustling, like you didn't
Yeah,
care about like
yeah, it was
social media. It was just like hustle, buying, selling.
Bro, yeah, flea market's crazy. You just put your stuff out there. You rely on the traffic of that day, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, you got your regulars too, but it's just more of and like less branding. You know, it's just more like we're here. And you need some stuff, you know, you can try to pay the least.
What was like the most expensive thing you sold at the flea market? Because I feel like that market is kind of like lower ticket. You think?
Yeah, so there's like a fire retardant. We have a lot of plants here in Houston, so like fire retardant clothing, you know, a shirt can cost you used, you know, $30-$40, you know, $20 to $40. New, they cost like $40 to like $100, you know. So yeah, fire retardant clothing, like a lot of plants, people just trying to pay, you know, trying to get like a bundle, like a whole week's worth. And you know, each shirt was like $35-$40, you know what I mean? So yeah, like fire resistant clothing, like.
So where were you getting all the clothing from? Like,
so I was born into clothes, man. My dad, you know, he resells clothes, and my mom as well. Yeah.
okay,
So my shop that I had in Trader's Village, my mom runs it now.
but still,
Yeah, to this day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so I worked there for 4 years, and now she's been there 5 years. But yeah, man, we were born. It started with my uncle. He was reselling vintage, but true vintage back then. You know, like I guess early '90s. And then we moved here from LA. My dad started working with him. He got into clothing thing. worked at some rag houses, and then it was just like start reselling, you know.
So you didn't even start here in Houston. You started in LA.
Well, not me personally, you know, because the last grade I did there was 5th grade, you know.
Okay.
But when we came to Houston, my dad got into the vintage game. You know?
So he like, you growing up, you saw him selling all this.
Yeah, yeah.
So you already knew what you kind of wanted to do.
It'd be like random Japanese people coming to our house, like, you know, yeah, because they're buying like old school, like, you know, 70s and a lot of Levi's, 501, 517s, you know, stuff like that.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, so it was weird. But my dad he switched from vintage to workwear because he's like, man, I mean, you can't beat workwear. You know, people are going to need this shit all the time. And that's when like eBay kind of started. And so like it fucked up a lot of the, like, oh, I know this reseller, he's going to sell me some stuff. It just made it, you know, super broad. Like you just post it online and you start stuff. So that market kind of was dying. So he went into workwear.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Smart move. That was a very smart move.
Very smart move. Shout out Dad. Yeah.
So with the vintage business, like, you know, it's 2023 going 2024. You feel like the vintage business, like, is a saturated business, or do you feel like,
fuck yeah,
like if somebody were to want to start a vintage business today, like they're interested, like, do you feel like it's too saturated, or like, if you feel like it's not, like, what advice would you give to somebody who's just starting out today in 2023?
Yeah, I would say find that niche, man. You know, find the niche. Like if you just want to do Y2K, or you just want to do like art tees, or like, you know, you just want to do sports. Yeah. You know, like definitely dive into whatever it is your calling. You know.
Yeah.
Like you get niched up, and then just depends. People resell only online, Depop, out of their parents' home. Some people have stores. Some people have, you know, a chain of stores. You know, so fuck, it's everywhere. You know.
Yeah. Is vintage, is it really hard, like, starting the business and making it happen?
I guess not, because, you know, all the kids are like getting in the game, and they can just go get stuff and like hustle it out, and so everybody's getting in. It's just, you know, everybody has, there's a little piece for everybody. You know? Yeah.
So from like this journey that you had when starting vintage, have you ever had a day where you were like, I can't do this anymore, I'm gonna just quit? And what happened that kind of like pulled you out of that? Because obviously you're still here making it happen.
Yeah, many days, man. Many days. I'd sit in here. You know, vintage wasn't as popular 5 years ago when we started this store. So people would like look inside and be like, "Yo, is everything used?"
Yeah,
and it's like, "Yeah, bro, everything's used." And then they like walk out. You know, so you're sitting in here like, "Well, what am I doing?" You know, like,
yeah.
I moved my family from Jersey Village to this side of town because we had like an itch, you know, for like something. Yeah. So at some point you're just sitting in here like, well, what am I doing? You know, like, nobody's buying shit. You know,
it was really early in the game then, if people were just like, used clothes, and like now it's something.
It's just ramped up like, like, you know, super drastically.
So for Raxx, like, what is like your future plans for Raxx, and like what is like your goal, I guess, ultimately for the business?
I mean, like if you're spending money on a building, right? Like you're paying rent, paying employees, paying everything. Got to push your brand, man. You know, I mean, why not? You know? So really, like, the brand is where it's at for me. You know, like trying to get that going. You know, maybe even printing. The last run we did, we printed on some like actual vintage shirts. Yeah. You know, so like just something in that realm of like getting the Raxx brand to be like the next step. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So last couple questions. What is the definition to success to you?
Oh, that's a weird one. Cause like work-life balance, you know. Work-life balance. Sometimes like work's really good, like killing the game, and then like everything's just shitty at home, you know. You gotta sacrifice. I have 2 kids, so, you know, having to be here, right? Then you kind of feel it, like, damn, I need to be home more. So you remote home, you're home more, and then your business kind of like starts suffering. You're just like, you know, so just being able to manage everything for sure. Like, and you can just manage everything, and I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah. So I know this topic right here may be a little too personal, but I still want to ask you, do you believe in God? And do you feel like, if you do you feel like, did that play a big role in what you're doing?
That's deep, man.
It's if you don't want to answer, it's fine.
No, that's good. Yeah, I do believe in a higher being, for sure. Yeah, you know, I was born Catholic, not born Catholic, but raised Catholic, and you know, just not very strict. Yeah. You know, it's just kind of like we are We went when we were little to church and everything, but I mean, just the way things are going with the world and everything does make you wonder. I don't know, man. That was weird, but there's definitely a higher being out there for sure. Yeah, right there.
So this is like the last bonus question. Let's say, for example, you were like the most influential person in the world, right? And you're literally on the brink of death. You're literally about to die. And everybody in the world is listening to what you're about to say. What is like your best advice that you feel like you would leave off to the world that would inspire and change the world and whatever message you would want to convey to the world right before you die?
Wow, that's a crazy question, man. Yeah. So I just recently lost my brother, man. Like August 21st, he passed away. So I feel like that just broke all the rules, you know?
Yeah.
Like when you're laying there and you're just like gonna die and like nothing matters. You know? Like dyeing your hair, just going out to do what you want to do. Like just broke all the rules, you know? So,
man. Cool, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the interview.
Okay.
Appreciate it. Everybody, please leave a like, comment down below what you guys think, and follow Raxx. I'm gonna leave all the links in the description. And we appreciate you guys for watching today's episode, and we'll see you guys on the next one.